Hello, my name is Commander Crimshadow, and welcome back to another Elite Dangerous Tours video. Today I'll be continuing my Codex series. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about the Octahedral Pods and the Void Hearts. Of course, I would like to ask if you enjoy this video, please like and subscribe. I'm hoping to get this info out to more and more people, and doing so not only helps you see more of my content, but helps this channel get recommended to others. Let's go ahead and move on to the Octahedral Pods. You'll get to see some views of the Void Hearts, but I'll get to those Nightmare Knots in more detail in a moment. Now, the Octahedral Pod is, unsurprisingly, shaped like an octahedron. 8 triangles make up its surface, a surface that has an outer texture that looks a lot like dark leather mixed with crude oil. This variant is the Rubeum Octahedral Pod, noted by the red pulsing lights on each of its faces. Up next is the Niveum variant. Now, I wanted to show you that the lights are really only visible as lights when you're viewing from their darker side. You can see the difference here. The Niveum variant distinguishes itself with yellow lights. I'll show the next two at the same time. On the left is the Viride, and on the right is the Caeruleum. The Verde has green lights and the Caeruleum blue. I want to point out a finer detail which is especially visible in the Viride. It isn't just spots of light, but it's as if there's one light inside, and the dots of light and visible cracks are just thinner spots on the surface, allowing the light to escape out. So I'm going to pause the video momentarily to point out the size of an octahedral pod. Almost as long as an anaconda and twice as wide, they're similar in overall size to the umbrella mollusks that we saw in the first Codex series video. As far as traits go, the octahedral pods all share one trait in the Codex, which is releases spores if approached. Now, you can also trigger this effect by firing upon them, which is what you'll see me do here. These spores have an interesting quality in that if your shields are up and the spores hit your ship, you'll see a very tiny signature of damage being applied. However, if your shields are offline, a corrosive effect will be applied to your hull, similar to Thargoid corrosion. This corrosion is slightly different in that it wears off on its own after about a half a minute. It also seems to do less damage. Found in the same notable stellar phenomena as octahedral pods are the Void Hearts. So let's take a look at them. First off, Void Hearts are pure space nightmare fuel. A twisting knot of spikes, vines, and ember-like expulsions all around a glowing center. Void Hearts are also big, about the size of an asteroid big. In addition, we can see that tangled up inside the Void Hearts are multiple octahedral pods. Just like most of the other large objects in notable stellar phenomena, Void Hearts do not appear to have any traits or behavior. However, they do seem to have two states. Some appear glowing and alive, while some seem dormant. Void Hearts are even more stunning in the shadow of a planet. I wanted to show off this dormant heart while in the shadow of a planet, because even though it isn't glowing, it still pulses with light, and the pulses are much easier to see in the dark. I'll end my talk here about the Void Hearts with this flight through a cluster of them, just because I loved it. So this is everything I have on the octahedral pods and the Void Hearts. I would like to say thank you for watching. Please drop a comment below letting me know which biological you'd like to see next, or what you thought of these two. The Void Hearts and octahedral pods found around them are one of the most visually striking things in the game. If you find yourself near them, do yourself a favor and stop by for a visit. But if you don't want to do that, or if you want to see something else, join me again for another Elite Dangerous touring video where I'll be jumping, so you don't have to.